Indian climate is one area. Maximum environmental issues of India either is linked with forest or climate. In Indian climate, if I want to know that whenever we say Indian climate, then which particular phenomena of India? Monsoon. And monsoon is known for which nature? Erratic nature. Erratic means highly unreliable, uncertain, very complex phenomena controlled by number of factors. In present time, El Nino, La Nina, Indian Ocean Dipole, so many factors are there. Global warming, climate change, even the human role is there to affect the monsoon rainfall in India. Can you tell me that forecasting of monsoon rainfall is very simple or very complex? Very complex. And which particular government body we have for forecasting of monsoon rain? India Meteorological Department, even called by which name? IMD, India Meteorological Department. And forecasting of monsoon rainfall is done in which 2 months of India? April month and June month. For April and June forecasting is called a short range forecasting, medium range forecasting, long range forecasting. It is called as long range forecasting. So lot of news of this area also, long range forecasting of monsoon rainfall of India, long range forecasting of entire monsoon season, June to September. First forecasting is done in which month? First long range forecasting by IMD in April month. Any one of you can tell me this particular year, 2017, April month, you can say ended, what was the forecasting this year? Normal rain, below normal, above normal, excess, deficient. Normal rain has been basically it is the safest forecasting. Normal rainfall. But normal rainfall means how much rain? Actually, you know it very well that normal rain means which kind of rain? That generally seen in our country. For 50-year data, it means it is average or general rainfall of India that we call normal rain. For example, if 50-year data rainfall of India, we take general rain or normal rain, Ausat rainfall, and we consider it is 100% rain or 100% you can say. That is average or general for 50 year. Then it would be exactly 100% that we will call normal rain or some variation even. 4-5% variation is accepted. And how much variation is accepted by IMD? That 96% to 104% would be there. Then we will call by which name this rainfall? Normal rain. So this year IMD has predicted in April month how much rainfall? It would be 96%. Though it is less than 100% or less than average, but it would be in which error margin? 96 to 104. It would still come in which range? Normal rain. IMD could even say 95%. But if IMD would say 95%, what was the meaning of a 95%? It was normal, below normal. So whenever we say below normal rainfall in India, then below normal means how much rainfall? 90 to 90, or you can say less than 96 or up to 90, so you can say 90 to 96% below normal. As soon as 95% has said by the government department, it would be below normal. It caused panic in the farmer community. Already drought condition going on, below normal would have sent the wrong signal. So normally government does best to keep it very close to the below normal, but by 96 it is definitely normal rain. And if even 95 comes, then government has one excuse, at least very close our prediction. And which particular department is there other than IMD, that is NGO actually, which says 95%. SkyMet. SkyMet is another, you can say, body in India that is predicting our monsoon rainfall. That is government body or NGO? NGO. It has said 95% in India. But any one of you can tell me what was the reason once again to say 96 or 95%, whether below normal by SkyMet or normal by IMD. Erratic nature of monsoon, but due to which reason they are saying not 104%, rather 96%. Because once again, threat of which event? El Nino. Threat is there for which year? 17. So once again, this may be El Nino year. We have seen El Nino in which year? 14 and 15 continuously. 16 has been normal year, but for few months of 16 also remained El Nino. And again 17 we are talking about El Nino. It is very rare event if El Nino occurs this year, because it would be interval of how much year? 2 to 7, but this time if it would occur, then it would be around 1 year. So it is very rare. 40 years say ऐसी condition नहीं आई. 40 before that it has happened once. So El Nino is going to occur in 2017, but it would occur as scholars are talking about in which time? May month, June month, July month, or August or September month. So possibility of El Nino would be in August or September time. That would be late monsoon or early monsoon time. Late monsoon time. What is the connection of El Nino and Indian rainfall? Generally, El Nino means weaker monsoon. And El Nino, in your opinion, is a number of times we have discussed already. What is the meaning of El Nino? Warming of which water? Equatorial water near which coast? Peru coast. Warming of equatorial water around Peru coast. And you know very well, warming in that area will change the air circulation and will basically, if you remember the diagram, that our country, then it is Bay Bengal, and here Australia, it is South America, it is line equator, it is Peru country here. Then if warmer water would be along the equator in that zone, which country this one? Peru. In this condition we call by which name? El Nino. Warmer water means more evaporation, more moisture in that area. So which area of Pacific will get more rainfall? Eastern side, western side? Eastern side, due to more warm water, more moisture, more rainfall. But if we consider Australian side, then this El Nino condition will lead to less rainfall. Australia, even this country, which country? Indonesia. Even India is also observing the weak monsoon normally during El Nino. So you can say that winds which are going here to here, rather than reverse cycle, Walker-Cell reversal we even call, and this particular condition will lead to more water accumulation here of equatorial side. That would be warm water equatorial side, and less moisture would be available here, and less rainfall is possible. So could you tell me, any one of you, again number of times I have said that El Nino phenomena is linked with which winds? Trade wind. Which trade wind? Northeast, southeast? Southeast trade winds. It is in which year it is generally occur? Once trade wind, southeast trade wind become weaker or stronger? Weak southeast trade wind. And southeast trade wind like that. When these winds become very weak, they are unable to push the water to Australian side. When warm water will not go much over Australian side, less evaporation, less moisture, and monsoon of India will also be carrying less moisture to India, thus causing lesser rain. So which winds are, you can say, responsible to bring El Nino condition? Southeast winds, but once they become weak or strong? Weaker, unable to push the warm water of this zone to here. So El Nino this year, once again, you can say number of international agencies are talking about. One agency of the USA we call NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and also Australian Meteorological Union also talking about that. So Australian agency and USA agency, both having this kind of belief that this year the data is indicating that El Nino can once again begin. It would be a dangerous condition for a country like India, because Australia have had hardly 2 crore population, but India has 1.21 billion population as per census 2011. Now population would be around 1.3 billion. So definitely that would be kind of problem for India. So could you tell me that long range forecasting as done by IMD due to El Nino threat in later August or September, then it predicted 96% rainfall, very close to below normal, but under normal range. But if I say less than 90% rainfall would be there, then what we will call that? Deficient or below normal? Deficient. Or 90 to 96% what we call? Below normal. And if I say 96 to 104%, normal. Sorry, 96 to 104% normal. Any one of you can tell me that 104 to 110%, it would be okay above normal, but above 110%. It would be excess or surplus. Excess we call excess rain. Surplus is not a kind of thing. How much is surplus? That would be lesser for India this year particularly. So 110 more than excess rain. This. Could you tell me, we have seen 14 a kind of El Nino beginning. Then how much the rainfall in India in 2014? 88%. That was deficient. In 15, severe El Nino, and it reached to 86% rainfall. In 2016, this rainfall reached to how much? 97%. Though last year was non-El Nino year, and government even talked about above normal rainfall would be there, but rainfall was normal, 97%. And this year prediction, forecasting, how much? 96%. That is basically forecasting. We have to see. So we are observing continuously, there is which kind of trend we are observing in our country? Decreasing rainfall in monsoon season. And that is one issue we have to deal with, that 14 deficient rain, 15 further deficient rain, drought year, these two have been there. Marathwada drought, Bundelkhand drought, Telangana and Rayalaseema, etc. 16 also in South India we have seen very less rainfall. Overall, due to North India, it was 97%, but South India was very less rainfall. 17 we are still observing lesser rainfall. So we have to prepare for that. Can you tell me that forecasting is done only in April month, even in June month? Even in June month. So June forecasting would be more authentic, less authentic? More authentic, because that time monsoon winds are reaching to India, we can get the better view. And in June forecasting, they only forecast for all India or even regional level. All India plus regional level as well. So one difference is there in June forecasting. Even regional rainfall also forecasted. North India, South India, East India, West India, Central India. So regional forecasting is also done, which will be more, you can say, significant forecasting, regional level. Because if overall it is 100%, but in South India it is 50%, in North India it is 150%, it's not going to make a sense. North India will face flood due to 150%, and South India will face drought due to 50%. So we need, India is so large that region-wise rainfall prediction would be more important for the farmers. Okay, if I'm in South India, how much rainfall I am going to experience in our area? North India is different, South India is different. So regional rainfall prediction is given in which time? April time or June time? June time. So let's hope in June no El Nino we observe this year, and if no El Nino, then this rainfall could be even above normal. Can you tell me that even any one of you can tell me that El Nino is causing lesser rainfall, but one more factor SkyMet has indicated. Which factor? IOD or Indian Ocean Dipole? Indian Ocean Dipole is linked with the Pacific Ocean, unlike El Nino or Indian Ocean. As name suggests, Indian Ocean, it is indicating the African side as well. For example, African side, if we talk about African side, then it is equator. If this side would be warm and this side would be cool, then this condition would be good for India, bad for India in terms of rainfall. Warm on African side, cool water on Australian side. That would be better condition for Indian monsoon, because Indian monsoon having which direction? It goes like that. So once wind will pass through warm water zone, then these wind will capture more moisture, less moisture, more moisture. Once they cross the equator, then they will turn towards, due to the Coriolis force on this side, and they will cause more rainfall. And that we call that positive Indian Ocean Dipole or plus IOD. A positive IOD. What do you mean by positive IOD? That which part of Indian Ocean is having high temperature? Western Indian Ocean or Eastern Indian Ocean? Have high temperature, and Eastern Indian Ocean slightly low temperature. Eastern Indian Ocean means Australian side, Western Indian Ocean means African side. This condition slightly you can say. Could you tell me El Nino and Indian Ocean Dipole interdependent or even independent events? Independent more or less. We have seen that positive IOD and El Nino. We have seen even negative Indian Ocean Dipole and also El Nino. This year SkyMet has indicated which kind of condition would occur in India. El Nino with positive IOD. It will counter the El Nino effect on India. El Nino will try to cause which monsoon? Weak monsoon or less rainfall in India. And positive IOD, high temperature on this side on equator, then the Australian side will try to make monsoon good monsoon. Then overall monsoon would be not very good, but not, you can say, deficient kind of rainfall, rather 95% for example, or 96% as by IMD. Could you tell me any year this thing occurred in India? 1997 we have seen this situation. Strong El Nino like 15, but positive Indian Ocean Dipole. So it was first time once scientists were puzzled that why in India, due to strong El Nino, monsoon was normal. Then that time they given which term? Indian Ocean Dipole rule. So 97 onwards we are discussing Indian Ocean Dipole in Indian monsoon. But Indian Ocean Dipole linked with which kind of scenario? Once Western Indian Ocean has high temperature along the equator than the Australian side, then it would be positive Indian Ocean Dipole. If vice versa, reversal will be there, here cool, here warm, then it would be which Indian Ocean Dipole? Negative IOD. That will not be good. So negative IOD plus El Nino, it would be dangerous. But positive IOD plus El Nino, it will counter to make it monsoon normal. Yes? Yes?
So what is the status of IOD this year?
What is the
Status of IOD?
status means the condition. As I said that this year SkyMet has indicated it would be positive IOD. If it has been negative IOD, it would have been 88%, 86% even rainfall. So prediction is there that positive IOD will counter, but even though if 96% or even lesser than that, it would be problematic condition. Which condition is very good for Indian monsoon? La Nina, and also which you can say La Nina means this area has which water? Cool water. Due to which reason? Upwelling from below. Upwelling means cold water will come here. It will be La Nina condition. When extreme cold water we have. But normal cold water we will call Peru cold current. I think you know this part. Any question on this part? Because it has been discussed a lot in recent time in the newspaper or magazine. So if we discuss that monsoon forecasting is done in 2 months, April and June. June forecasting is more authentic because at regional level than the all India scale. But this monsoon forecasting is always a challenge for which department? IMD. That's why IMD now utilizing one kind of methodology. Earlier IMD mainly used which tool? Statistical tool. But this year onwards, IMD is also will provide a dynamic model even for forecasting. Dynamic model of forecasting dependent upon the old data or depending upon the present condition. Present condition based upon supercomputer. Even IMD has been practicing this thing for its own research purpose, but not releasing this data to the general public. But this year onwards, IMD is going to release this data of dynamic model for general public as well. So not only statistical model, but also dynamic model will be used for general forecasting on the basis of supercomputer. But it will take time in India once we will completely replace statistical model to dynamic model. So in few years, we are only going to be dependent on which model? Dynamic one, based upon present scenario, dynamic conditions on the basis of supercomputer. But right now, in India, we are using both the method, dynamic separately, statistical separately, and then would release this data for the people of India. Okay, after IMD, could you tell me one more institution in India we have for meteorology that we call in Pune? IITM, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology. That is Pune based. IMD headquarter in which city? New Delhi. So IMD and IITM both are working under which ministry? Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Ministry of Earth Sciences. Ministry of Earth Sciences. And these two departments basically helping in forecasting. IITM is also helping IMD in forecasting. But this forecast only rainfall, even they forecast pollution. Even they talk about pollution forecasting as well. And these two departments of Ministry of Earth Sciences, IMD, IITM, together, they use one kind of index that we call SAFAR. What is the meaning of SAFAR? System for air quality forecasting and research. It is the work of IMD, IITM, or both? Both. That is basically indicating the level of pollution going to come in few days. Generally, this forecasting 24 to 72 hours in advance. 22 hours means 3 days. So 1 to 3 days. Which kind of situation is going to be there in air quality? Can you tell me that it is for forecasting of pollutants in the air? Good quality air, bad quality air. But one more ministry we have for pollution assessment. Which ministry? Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change is actually indicating even the pollutants. But through which department? Through IMD, IITM or CPCB? Through CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, and CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board under this ministry has presented one index for India, National Air Quality Index. National Air Quality Index. That is also called in short form NACI. Presently, we are observing suffer for 2 or 3 days in advance. And also, which kind of famous index? National Air Quality Index by which department? Central Pollution Control Board, that is established in 1974. Long back. So in India, pollution we are measuring through CPCB. Under which ministry? Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. This board is working. And in this index, how many pollutants we are observing? 8 pollutants. Which 8 pollutants? The main pollutant is PM 2.5. Actually, this pollutant question may be asked even from this pollutant because so much discussion on PM 2.5. Particulate matter 2.5 micron or less than that. Very small particle of 2.5 micrometer or even less than that size of the particle. Even one more particulate matter, PM10. Both are solid or liquid or both? Solid mainly, but even possibility of liquid is also there. So don't say particulate matter always solid. It may be liquid as well. Dust particle, smoke particle, also carbon soot, and number of things you can say. So which kind of particle these are? Particulate matter. Those are basically of a very small size, you can say. And these could be dust particle, even crop burning will lead to some particle that we call black carbon or soot, or crop residue burning normally we say. Crop residue burning producing soot, that is also under this this division. Other than that, even carbon monoxide, silent killer. Other than that, sulfur dioxide. Other than in recent time when we are observing ammonia a lot in our atmosphere, ammonia we are detecting. Ammonia is also released due to the chemical fertilizer urea. And also which particle other than ammonia? Lead. And also you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and which two other one? NOx. And other than NOx? Yes? PM ozone even. Ozone also there. So these 8 pollutants nowadays basically discuss a lot in our country. And by taking into consideration in any given city this kind of pollution level, summation of that, and this summation normally we talk about weighted mean, in which particle has been given more weightage? PM 2.5. Any one of you can tell me how much limit is permissible in our air of this particle? 60 microgram per meter cube. So PM 2.5, if it is less than or equal to 60 microgram per meter cube, that is PM 2.5 permissible limit. In case of PM10, how much permissible limit? 100 microgram per meter cube. This is very important information again and again in the newspaper magazine. PM 2.5 should be less than 60 microgram per meter cube, and PM10 should be less than 100 microgram per meter cube. However, what we are observing in big cities in India, that this limit is crossed not only twice or thrice, even 5 times, 10 times sometimes. Especially after Deepavali, we have seen in Delhi, it was 10 times nearly. And once these particles would be more in our surrounding, we will inhale, and these particles so small, they can't be checked by our biological mechanism like mucus or hair, directly hitting our lungs and damaging our lungs. Lungs will be affected, then heart will also be affected. And which disease are more? Cardiovascular disease. And WHO report recently has indicated in Indian cities that if 4 problems for lot of death in the world, BP, blood pressure, then one problem is also air pollution caused by particulate matter, especially 2.5. So in urban area, we are observing more death in millions actually. You can say the death of India due to air pollution. That is, I think the 8 lakh people estimated last year, and some even data indicating 1.6 lakh people in India died. So this number is increased, 16 lakh or 1.6 million. So this figure is increasing year by year, especially heart disease and lung disease. Can you tell me that if weighted mean of not only PM 2.5 altogether, these 8 pollutants, if remain less than 50, so which quality of air we have? Is it good quality or satisfactory quality? Actually, less than 50 does definitely indicating that amount of pollution is very high, less than 50. And it is indicating good quality of the air. So in NAQI or National Air Quality Index, whenever good quality is mentioned, it means that these 8 pollutants through the weighted mean less than 50, it is good quality, indicated by which color? Red color, green color. Green color. So even colors are used nowadays. So green color for good quality air. But as soon as it reaches to 51 to 100, then we call this good quality air or satisfactory. Satisfactory. And it become light green rather than green. Then if it is even above that 101 to 200, then moderately polluted. Moderately polluted. 101 to 200, and even color is changed, slightly yellowish touch. Then 201 to 300, it is poor quality of air. Poor quality of air, yellow. Then 301 to 400, very poor. It becomes red color, very poor. And once it is even crossing to get, altogether 8, 401 to 500, then we call which range? Severe quality of air. Severe. So which is worst quality of air in India? Severe, in which severe means range of this all pollutant together, 8 pollutant, having which range? 401 to 500. Severe. And which is the best quality of air? Less than 50, good quality. So good to satisfactory to moderately to poor quality to very poor to severe. Any one of you can tell me this severe is mainly seen in which time in India? Which season? Winter season in India. Especially after Deepavali. Any one of you can tell me last Deepavali 2016, suddenly in Delhi we have seen very high level of the pollution, and this even created so much air pollutant that we even call this condition by which name? Smog like condition, and it persisted for number of days. Can you tell me what had been the reason of sudden deterioration in the quality of the air on the onset of the winter or just after Deepavali? Generally, we talk about that during Deepavali, due to which way pollution is increased? Firecrackers. One reason was very mild firecrackers. But certain things together happened in those days in Delhi. For example, if you know, at the time of Deepavali, which crop farmers harvest? Is it wheat crop or rice crop? Rice time. Actually, Holi and Deepavali, these two festivals, basically harvesting time, indicating the happiness in farmer community. After Rabi crop harvesting, Holi comes, and you can say at the time of harvesting of rice crop or Kharif crop, Deepavali. matter of joy. But Deepavali time for Delhi, firecracker, and farmers in nearby state Punjab and Haryana, we are observing which thing in Punjab and Haryana. Nowadays, more rice crop they are growing due to which reason? Irrigation facility. Though water is less in Punjab and Haryana, but due to which particular reason they are growing rice? Irrigation. That is forcing or causing more burden on the water. But rice once harvested, then farmers are normally using which machinery? Normal tool or harvesters? Harvesters. And harvesters will cut these rock or harvesting the rock at the bottom, or only you can say this part is removed, but this part is still there. It is not properly removing from the root. Rather, these small sign of crop residues are there. And this crop residue you call by which name? These crop residue we call stubble. This we call stubble. छोटे छोटे ये दिखाई पड़ेंगे stubble. And farmers of Punjab and Haryana prepare for next crop. Then what they do? They try to remove these stubble. Those are not cut by the harvester. Then what they do? Easy, you can say the burning of stubble, especially in which month? October onwards. So October, November, harvesting season of paddy, and we observe that paddy stubble farmers burn. Then after burning, which thing is produced? Black color particle. And this black color particle we call by which name? Soot. Those are black carbon. So any kind of organic matter if we burn, then either plastic or you can say crop residue or any other organic matter, then soot or black color particle are released. Paper burning, for example. And these particulate matter with the wind come to Delhi. So particulate matter like carbon soot or black soot, you can say by stubble burning of paddy reaching to this area a lot. Then you can say stubble burning. Can you tell me any other reason in recent time in cities other than that? Even we are observing that in cities like Delhi, which problems are there? Even construction activities a lot. NCR area, Faridabad, Gurgaon, Noida, Greater Noida, more construction, cement dust, and other dust you can say. Even automobile smoke, etc. So more pollution you can say. Even October onwards, we observe onset of winter. And onset of winter means decrease in temperature. And decrease in temperature will lead to high pressure, low pressure. Lead to high pressure. High pressure time, sinking air or rising air? Sinking air. So surface become cold. Land, Delhi in interior area becoming suddenly cold. And then air particle goes down. And it is high pressure. Sometime extremely cooling suddenly taking place. Then it will lead to very high pressure condition, more sinking, and we call this condition anticyclonic condition. Which condition? Anticyclonic condition. Any one of you can tell me anticyclonic condition means that air that would be coming in the contact of cool surface will try to settle here. So we will observe more cool air in surrounding. And if cool air has gone down, then this area is having which kind of air more? Warm air. Maximum cool air, sink. Then this condition, cool below, warm above, we call by which name? Temperature, normal temperature or temperature inversion? Temperature inversion. So all are interlinked here. Temperature inversion, anticyclonic condition, or sinking air due to cold winter condition. So anticyclonic condition or temperature inversion will keep the air pollutant above or below. Particle, those released by crop burning or smoke or automobile exhaustion or thermal power plant, etc., they will easily go up, or they will basically suppress by sinking of air. Suppressed by sinking of air, and this condition we call anticyclonic as well as high pressure condition or temperature inversion condition. If this condition would be there, then pollutant will be remaining on the surface for long time or short time? Long time, unable to go up, remain on the surface, and we would inhale more this kind of air. And once these pollutants will remain on the surrounding, then due to cool surface, they will create a smoke-like condition or smoke plus fog. And this smoke is not going to be dispersed easily. So Delhi city has seen which kind of scenario last year? Smoke-like condition for 1 day or number of days? Number of days. Due to anticyclonic condition, temperature inversion after the Deepavali altogether, these, you can say, all things are mixing together. Can you tell me that what was the Supreme Court direction on this part? When Supreme Court has seen the kind of air pollution in Delhi, then Supreme Court has directed that as soon as your particulate matter 2.5 crossing or touching 300 mark, then the 60 microgram to 300, that would be how much times? 5 times or more than that. So you will declare which condition? Emergency condition for the city. Emergency provisions will be required. Severe condition already there, emergency condition you can say. And for PM 2.10, sorry, PM 10, it would be 500 or more than that. That would also be from how much limit? PM 10, what is permissible limit? 100. So 100 means 5 times you can say either PM 2.5 or PM 10. Then this situation will be called by which name? Emergency provision. In emergency provision, do we allow thermal power plant to run in those cities? No coal burning, no, you can say polluting gases. Even we will not allow diesel vehicle. Banning of diesel vehicle in Delhi that time. Those are coming from outside. Even closing the school, etc., so that children are not affected much. Even you can say that some emergency provision, mask would be given to the people. So we are observing situation has come in Delhi. Last year we have seen that mask and measurement of the, you can say, air pollution, etc. So you are observing that in cities like Delhi, we are observing a very high level of pollution, and that is measured by which department? CPCB through which index? NAC. And this kind of provision, particularly which pollutant more dangerous out of 8 pollutant? PM 2.5. When its level is more than 5 times, then it would be which condition for the city? Emergency provision. So this particular thing has been discussed recently a lot, and even Supreme Court directed the government to take number of provision. Then even Delhi government even talked about if this condition would be persist for a long time in future, then not only this thing but also cloud seeding and artificial rainfall will be done. So which thing has been discussed by Delhi? In future, cloud seeding or which rainfall? Artificial rain. Rainfall would be there. If rainfall will be there, then pollutant will remain on the ground, or it will be dissolved with water. It will dissolve with water and settling on the ground. So after the rainfall, things will be improved. So if rainfall is not occurring naturally, then deliberately rainfall will be caused. In which cities we have seen artificial rain to disperse the pollution or smoke? Beijing, we have seen at the time of which Olympic? Beijing Olympic 2008. So already number of cities have shown that. So Delhi will not be the new city for this kind of rain. So in future, artificial rain, cloud seeding, by using which particle? Silver iodide particle. So you can say the kind of things which we require, even fine for which people? Those are burning the crop. So farmers would be even, you can say, punished, or fine will be imposed if stubble burning will be there. Even construction site, asking these people, builder, etc., cover the dust or cement, etc. And number of provisions are required in Delhi or big cities. Okay, this part which we have discussed, it is linked with the climate, but climate area, in my opinion, so vast, so beyond, that most of the environmental issues normally discussed in the light of climate. And I would discuss this part after 15-minute tea break. Then we will be continuing this part till 1 p.m. because a lot of area we have. Even one more area is there that we call biodiversity issue or forest issue.